Next,
Let's jam with
YOYOKA!
Hello, this is YOYOKA. Here is my video. Enjoy! Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Next,
Godzilla alert!
Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, this is G-Ferber, and we are Luminous News from YouTube. We're very excited today to be able to share with you part 2 of our interview with the late Haruo Nakajima. He was Godzilla himself, the man who played Godzilla from the original 1954 film Godzilla all the way to the 1972 film Godzilla vs. Gigan. He also played Rodan or Radon in the 1956 film, as well as Gaira in 1966 movie War of the Gargantuas. He also played several kaiju in the Ultraman universe. So it was a great honor to be able to meet him in Boston back in 2015.
Yes, we asked Nakajima-san about the making of the original 1954 Godzilla movie.
ありませんでした。全く未知数だよね。制作中は悪いけどね、スタッフ70名のスタッフがみんな他の作品がみんな文芸作品作ってるでしょ。うちの作品はね、ゴジラっていう題名なかったの。なんだと思います？アルファベットの G 作品です。それだけなんです。だからゴジラっていう名前がなくて、普通の怪獣なんですよ。50メーターの怪獣。だから G 作品のゴジラなんですよ。はっきりゴジラじゃない怪獣なんですよ。それが制作してね、1ヶ月ぐらい経ってからゴジラという名前が出てきたんです。クジラとゴリラをね、もじった名前が生まれてきたわけ。が G 作品の台本はみんなこんなやべえちゃって今ないんです。みんなスタッフはみんな持ってませんね。やべえちゃって新しい台本を使うから。あの頃の一作目のゴジラってのはね、作るのに材料がないんですよ。作る材料が。だから制作する人はね、大変な苦労したんです。物がないんですよ。終戦になって9年目でしょ。戦争中何もないんだから、はっきり言うと。作ろうって言ったって作れないんです。だから技術があっても作れないって心配してました。
We hope you enjoyed our interview with Haruo Nakajima, the original Godzilla. This is Heisenberg.
And G-Ferber from the Luminous News YouTube channel.
When you were coming up with the enemy monsters, did you think like Toho ones first, or did you want, like Varan or whatever? Or did you want to do something original?
To me, I was more interested in very explicitly saying no dinosaurs. Not interested. Even though I know that there's some like mega fans who are upset about that. I just feel like Peter did it so well. Jurassic World owns that right now. To me, as someone who just as much grew up on like Kong as a pop culture icon, I grew up on monster movies, and so to me it was such a fun idea to say, well, I'm going to make my own monsters, you know, and to really sort of design them in a way that felt fresh and unique to our film and to our Skull Island, and to have them be infused with like that Miyazaki sense of spirituality and beauty. So yeah.
So like when you designed Kong, I remember during the set visit you had so many different versions. I mean, how long did it take you to kind of nail that one version down?
I mean, the model of Kong probably changed from, I'd say Kong's design probably changed for a year and a half, easily. You know, initially sort of giving the mandate of saying, let's have him be a biped. And then not just having him be a biped, but having him be a throwback to the 33 version and to be a sort of classic movie monster. With exaggerated proportions, where he's not just a big gorilla, but then to even go from that, where you're going from like a quadped to a biped, and then you know, as opposed to kind of having that simian quality, you get him upright.
Yeah.
Right, like you get him like fully upright, where he's got a sense of nobility to him, where he's got like a regal nature to him, and then it's more about this like, you know, Shadow of the Colossus, like towering godlike figure over you, and you know, that was a long process, even getting his motion down and you know, really getting him to be able to sort of walk in those rhythms that aren't just the simian thing, but where you have that simian quality, but then you also have this godlike quality.
Yeah, there was a lot of fans thinking like that was kind of an homage to the 62 or the 33, you know, have him stand up. I think some of them kind of felt like Kong being on all fours, whatever, wasn't really Kong. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, to me, I understand what was happening in that movie and why they did it. But to me, I'm interested in Kong as a movie monster. You know, not as a big silverback gorilla.
Yeah. Well, so when I was on the set visit, the scenes that I saw being shot, I didn't see in the film. Is there like an extended cut?
What did you see?
I saw Samuel Jackson talking to a soldier, trying to calm him down because, you know, Kong is out there and we're not leaving this island till we bring the beast down, and then Jason Mitchell walks in the middle.
Oh yeah. Well, that was changed for a major plot point. In terms of why and when Packard knows, and that's something that we could only really find through testing about where audiences were willing to go and when. There's not an alternate cut. I would gladly do a director's cut, but it would probably not be that much different. It would be maybe 5 minutes longer. There'd be a couple sort of extended and additional scenes in there, but it wouldn't be that largely different.
Would you throw, or I think you're still planning the DVD, right? Are you still kind of going through that? You're going to throw in a bunch of deleted scenes?
There'll be some deleted scenes. I'm honestly, they're going to include the deleted scenes. I don't like deleted scenes. I think it breaks the world. I think, like, the movie is the movie, and as soon as you include a deleted scene, like, it suddenly breaks the reality for me, where I question, like, is this canon, or is this not canon?
Yeah.
So there will be deleted scenes, but I'm not a fan of them.
Just to kind of placate, you know, those who ask. What about audio commentary?
I'm going to do a commentary, and then I'm going to do a commentary with some of the cast.
Oh, so like dual
I'm going to try
track?
to get two commentaries.
Okay. So how long, when you said it took a weekend, but to really break the story, how long did that take you? Took you a weekend to decide?
2.5 years.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the edit of a movie is constantly evolving and constantly changing, and so there is so much that that first weekend, I sort of came up with the initial concept, and then me and John Gatins went away to a cabin at Skywalker Ranch for a weekend and tried to break our initial pitch. But that initial pitch that they signed off on, that evolved and changed significantly too. and then it kept evolving and kept changing through draft after draft after draft, and then through the power of editing. So, a movie is constantly evolving until it's done.
Yeah.
So,
the inspiration for the skull crawlers, what were they?
get ready for the nerdiest thing of your life.
That's fine. Talking to the right site.
The inspiration for the Skullcrawlers is, when looking back at the 1933 film, the only real creature in that film that is not explicitly a dinosaur is in the scene when Kong has the log and they're hiding underneath it. And a creature starts crawling up from the bottom. And it essentially, in the movie at least, only has 2 forearms. And there's debate about whether the actual model itself had hind legs that you don't see or not. But in the film, you don't see them. So it just looked like there were 2 big forearms and then a tail going down. So it felt like the only creature in that film that was explicitly not just a dinosaur. It felt like something other than a dinosaur. So that was really interesting to me, and I said, okay, I want to riff off this. I want to take a creature and kind of have it be an homage to that creature from that movie. Then I looked at movies like The Host, which is one of my favorite monster movies because of the inelegance of the way that creature looks and the way that creature moves. I love the way that it trips over itself and that it runs and that it feels like it evolved poorly. So it was sort of taking that poor evolution of the creature from The Host mixed with that one creature from the log scene that crawls up the side of the canyon in the original Kong. And then as far as, this isn't the Japanese poster, otherwise I would point to it. But then as far as the design itself, it's a super nerdy mix of things, where after I was designing it, I was like, what does this remind me of? And I realized it was just like my subconscious as a kid just like exploding onto the page, because that creature took so many revisions to do. And so it's this black creature with this sort of white exposed skull, and that's a mixture of the first angel from Evangelion, with these big sort of shoulders and this black skin and this kind of weird white face, and then the No Face from Spirited Away, which kind of has a similar vibe, which is this like very pure white face and and the blackness around it, mixed with the Pokemon Cubone, which is a very sad story of a Pokemon who wears his mother's skull on his head.
So that's what that is.
And yeah, and then because I just love that exposed idea, and so it's sort of this like Evangelion, Miyazaki, Pokemon, The Host, and then that original creature from the 33 version. So it's a weird amalgam of many different nerdy things.
So were you involved in writing, or the post-credit sequence?
Yeah, I mean, I was involved in anything in the script. I was involved in sort of overseeing and working on and going from there. But that was a much larger sort of conversation with Toho and a lot of people.
Okay, yeah. But then are they? That's the thing. I don't know how much you can say, because they're now recruited by Monarch, or are they just just explaining
where these characters go from here is above my pay grade.
Yeah.
So we will see.
We hope you enjoy the show. We will continue to introduce successful people from various fields, as well as supporting young up-and-coming talents who are passionate and dedicated to advancing their careers in their industries. Don't forget to tune in. Until then, you have a wonderful week. See you next time.
Let's see who our guest is on the next episode.
Hi, I'm Joseph from Libera. Thank you for tuning in to Creative World. Bye!
See you next week. Bye.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Also, please check out our social media sites at CWTV Hollywood.